Welcome back to the CryptoWorld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and let's get straight into this video. This right here is the 12-hour Bitcoin chart, and what the VPVR indicator suggests is strong supports coming in at around $38,000 to $39,000 per Bitcoin, and strong resistance coming into play at around $42,000 to $43,000 per Bitcoin. And so, as I discussed yesterday, the Bitcoin price is simply trading within this price range between support and resistance, which means the shorter-term trend in the Bitcoin price on the 12-hour time frame is simply more neutral rather than bullish and bearish. And we can see this in our trend-based indicators on the same 12-hour time frame, because recently, over the past 1 week or so, we've seen a lot of false signals in the parabolic stop reverse indicator, and this usually happens when the price is looking neutral and it is not in a strong bearish or bullish trend at the moment. We saw a very similar thing in the Bitcoin price back during the first half of March, because during that time period, we saw a lot of false signals in the parabolic stop reverse indicator. We also saw a bullish divergence in the 12-hour Bitcoin RSI, and we saw multiple bullish and bearish crosses in the 12-hour Bitcoin MACD, but we saw a lack in momentum. If you're looking at the histogram within the MACD indicator, it was very flat, and that is pretty much what we are seeing at the moment. And so basically, we are just waiting on the Bitcoin price to either break below this support that I just mentioned or this resistance that I just mentioned in order to decide the next trend in the Bitcoin price on the 12-hour time frame. And if you take a look at the VPVR indicator on the daily Bitcoin chart, you can see that we have a massive range of support that Bitcoin has built up over the past 1.5 years, and the majority of this support is in between 39,000 and around 37,000. So basically, if the Bitcoin price confirms a break below 37,000, then that is not a good sign to see on the larger time frames. But with that being said, according to this indicator on this time frame, we still have a decent amount of support below 37,000, which is ranging all the way down towards around 32,000, and that is where the support starts dropping off quite a lot. So these are just some of the important levels to pay attention to on the larger time frames in terms of support. And as for resistance, we still have this massive range of resistance in between around 47,000 and around $50,000 per Bitcoin. But what is really interesting is the percent of Bitcoin supply that was last active over 1 year ago, which is breaking into new all-time highs. And for any of the beginners out there, what this actually means for Bitcoin is basically right now there is more Bitcoin hodlers than ever before when you're talking about the amount of Bitcoin that has not moved at all within the last 1 year. And what we usually see when this on-chain metric breaks its previous all-time high is a macro bottom in the Bitcoin price just before we experience another bull run in the Bitcoin price coming within the next few months, according to Bitcoin's entire price history. This chart right here, by the way, dates back since 2010, and of course the gray line in the background is the Bitcoin price. If you're looking at the first significant increase in this on-chain metric, that happened during 2012, just before a massive bull run in 2013. And then looking at the next significant increase in this on-chain metric, that happened during the end of 2014 leading into the beginning of 2015 as the Bitcoin price was bottoming out after having a bearish year. And then we saw a few more months of sideways price action in this scenario just before we began a massive bull run in 2016 and 2017. And then we saw another significant increase in this on-chain metric during the end of 2018 and early 2019. And of course, during that same time period, the Bitcoin price was bottoming out at the end of that 2018 bear market, getting ready for another bull run, which pumped the Bitcoin price from around $3,000 to above $13,000 per Bitcoin. And that bull run lasted for the first half of 2019. And then if you're looking at the last time this on-chain metric broke its previous all-time high that we set back in 2016, this on-chain metric broke that previous all-time high in around the middle of 2020, as we saw another move to the upside in this on-chain metric. And about half a year later, we saw a massive bullish move from around $10,000 per Bitcoin to above 60,000. And as I just said, right now, this on-chain metric is breaking that previous all-time high. We're at the highest level we have ever been in this on-chain metric after already experiencing a significant increase over the past few months in this metric. So once again, the first time this happened, we saw a bull run over the following year in the Bitcoin price. The second time we saw this happen, we saw a massive bull run in the Bitcoin price over the following 2 years. The third time we saw this happen, we saw a bull run in the Bitcoin price over the following 6 months. The fourth time we saw this happen, we saw a massive bull run in the Bitcoin price over the next 6 to 12 months. And we are seeing this happen again right now. And without providing my personal opinion, you can decide whether this is bullish or bearish for Bitcoin on the larger timeframes, talking about the larger moves in the market. And there might be some people out there asking the question whether or not this time might be different because the Fed, for example, is raising interest rates, which is technically a bearish signal for markets. But the last time the Fed raised interest rates was during 2016 to 2019. And if you're looking at that same time period on the chart, that was during this time period right here. And what is very interesting is if you're looking at the end of 2015 towards the beginning of 2016, that was right around here on this chart. And if you're looking at the price action before that time period, we saw a decent amount of bearish price action and then a lot of sideways price action, which is very similar to what we have seen since around November last year. And obviously during that same time period in 2015, we saw a massive increase in this on-chain metric like what we have seen over the past few months. And it was at the end of 2015, early 2016, when the Fed back then started raising interest rates, which everyone thought would be very bearish for markets. But of course, we went on to form a massive bull run in the Bitcoin price lasting over the next 1 to 2 years. And once again, none of this is my opinion. I'm simply stating what has happened throughout Bitcoin's history, what the Fed has done throughout history, and what is happening right now, according to all of this data that we have in front of us. And I want to hear what your opinions are on all of this. So definitely leave a comment down below because I'll be reading a lot of comments on this video. But anyway, if you found this video useful or simply enjoyed this, please make sure to leave a like down below. And if you're new to the channel, you might as well subscribe with notifications turned on for more updates just like this every single day. And before we click off, if you are serious about making more money in crypto, whether or not prices are going up or down, then these two videos popping up right here on your screen are definitely made for you. But anyway, that is it for this update. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.